pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So you've had the minutes distributed to you. If there's no changes to the minutes, and the motion to accept the minutes as distributed. I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
One abstention.
Okay. Mr. Deckman abstaining?
That's what he just said, but I don't
Okay. Motion carried. Citizens' comments. Do we have any citizens tonight wishing to speak?
Should I come up there or stay?
You may, yes.
Okay. Oh, for comfort. Cindy Clark, 27 West Genesee Street. I just wanted to remind everybody that now the butterfly garden in Lysander Park is kind of coming into its own. We had some pictures taken this past week, and so I'm writing an article. I'm going to put it in Messenger. So everybody, it'll be next week or the week after, to encourage everybody to come out, thank everybody that's helped us, and to get the butterfly garden where it is right now. And some discussion will be had. Well, we interviewed, PAC interviewed the supervisor and Kevin Barrell to discuss what's been going on in the park, the plans for the future, this type of thing. And they will have that, probably it'll be up, I would imagine another week or so it'll be on PAC. So just watch for it, okay? Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yep.
I see on the schedule there that we're going to have a contract with Haskell Construction to do that sidewalk up at the park. And I noticed in my travels, that's been under construction since maybe June. And I wondered, did somebody start it that couldn't finish it, or what's happened here? How? And I never heard of Haskell. Not to say that they aren't good people, but why was it formed up and ready to go back in June, and now we're just now letting the contract? Did something get out of place? What happened?
Nothing got out of place. The highway department was going to do it, and then because of a lot of other things, we wanted to get other projects done. So we decided that we wanted to get it done this year. So the Parks Director and I decided that we wanted to get it moving forward. So he sent out some bids, and Haskell Construction was the lowest bid.
Oh, okay. You changed horses. Had a reason. That's acceptable. I just thought it looked awful funny that, it was a long time coming, but it's going to happen now. So, all right, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Fred Birch, 8865 Plainville Road. Just curious, and not sure if you guys can give me an answer or anything like that, but I live close to Church Road and I go down it every day, and I've been noticing a kind of development across from where Kevin used to live. I think that, what would the crossroad be? Ellison Road. I'm just curious if anybody knows what, is it houses that are, I think years ago it was planned to be like a solar panel, but I see there's a lot of bobcats and tractors and trucks moving dirt and pounding stuff in there. I'm just curious if anybody.
The only thing I know going on Church Road is a solar farm other than that.
Is it still being a solar? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see them measuring and knocking stuff in the ground, and I see fencing in, and I knew it was supposed to be solar, but I thought maybe it was canceled or something like that, and so I was curious if it was just something else that was going as well.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, thanks.
Anyone else?
Kevin Road, 1405 Graymore Way. I have a question to the town board. In your organizational agenda, the highway secretary was going to be paid a salary. then in the minutes, she had an hourly rate. That hourly rate didn't come out to the salary. So I'm just wondering, how was that person paid? Were they paid at their hourly rate or were they paid at the salary?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
In the organizational
now-
meeting?
Yeah, currently now, the highway secretary is paid an hourly wage. But
Okay.
we're in the process of negotiating actually, we've already negotiated a contract, which we're going to vote on tonight, so that will affect her pay moving forward, and we haven't established that yet.
Okay, but the hourly rate was like $15.50 an hour. The salary rate would have been like 17 and change. So,
17,000, you saying?
no, $17 and change. It was like $22,880 that was budgeted for this year's budget for secretary for the highway super. But the hourly rate was $15.50. Have we been paying that person at the lower rate? And if so, why?
When we did those, we budgeted a certain amount of money to make sure we could cover any type of increases.
Okay. My next question is, I see tonight that we're hiring a deputy clerk. I saw we only had one person in the organizational meeting. Has that person resigned, or are we just hiring somebody? Is this in addition to that person?
Would you like me to
I'll
explain?
defer to the town clerk who's doing the hiring on that.
Okay, so the person that I had, I did not reappoint her in January.
Okay,
Yeah, so this is not a newly created position. This is just filling that up to 20 hours position.
okay.
Yeah, so
In the
it's a
organizational
totally new
meeting, we
person.
had a person, Gretchen, or,
Well, I have one person, one
Okay.
part-time person now, so I'll have 2 part-time people.
okay. So we're still gonna stay under the total budget for that position?
Yep, it's the same budget as last year.
Okay.
Nothing changes with that, yep.
Okay, and that's a part-time, is that a union job, or is that's an appointment, so it's not?
Well, yeah, they are covered by the union, but it's an appointment by the town clerk, the deputy town clerk.
Okay, so is that person like a card-carrying union employee?
I don't know what kind of cards they carry, but
Well, I guess it
part of the
goes,
union, yes, they are
I
part of
guess
the
it
union.
goes back to the highway supervisor, secretary job. Is that person part of the union, or are they not? Are the clerk's people, the town clerk's people treated the same way as the secretary to the highway supervisor? It's an
No.
appointment,
No,
and so why wouldn't it be?
because of the law, she's allowed to appoint people as she chooses. That's why, that's the difference.
But isn't the highway supervisor allowed to appoint a secretary?
No, that's a town board appointment.
It's a town board appointment.
That's right.
Okay. Because I thought we had work session discussions where that's how that came to be. It was Jerry's appointment. But maybe I might have misheard it, might have misunderstood it. I know there's been a lot of talk about that position and what we're paying and what the duties and responsibilities are. So, that's okay. In previous years, we've had like a state of the town presentation telling us where we're at with the budget, how much money we didn't spend the previous year, or how much money, didn't come in. I don't remember seeing that this year. Did we have one and I missed it?
No.
Okay. So we're coming up on budget season. The citizens of Lysander have no idea how much money we're over or short over the last year. Is there gonna be, is the public just gonna wonder, or are we gonna be shown that?
Well, I can tell you, we're, in every instance, we're under budget. So you know what the budget is. Those are budgeted items that was approved, and we had hearings on that, so everybody got to talk and have their piece on the budget. So once that's ratified, as long as everybody stays under the budget, we don't have a day-to-day. I can't tell you every day exactly what the numbers are, But what I can tell you that we're under budget in every category. We're not over budget in any department.
Okay.
Well under budget.
But in fiscal year 2020, normally in May or June, after we paid all the bills, Mr. Rowley would stand here and tell us this much money went back into the fund balance, we had to move this much money because of this issue. We knew how much money the town put back in to the general fund balance.
Okay?
Could anybody give
You
us?
should hear all that in the budget presentation. Raleigh will go over those numbers and you'll see what came from 2021, or from 2020 that's going, from 2021 that's going into 2022. So you'll hear that presentation probably
Right, but-
in a month.
But, so the public, I mean, every other year for like the last 7 years, the public's known, did we pocket $500,000 back into the general fund that we didn't spend in 2020? So we understand that we got an extra $500,000, or do we have $5,000? Because being under budget doesn't tell us, the public, if we're $500 under budget or $500,000 under budget.
But you will find that at budget time. You'll know what the balance is carrying over. So, and when we talk about the budget and the end of the year, we'll know where we were with each thing, and then we will know exactly what that is. Right now, it'd just be an estimate.
I mean.
So no, we're not going to do that until the end of the year.
Okay. Makes it hard for the public to understand the budget process. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? So we'll move on to budget work session schedule. So everybody should pull out their calendars, and we'll talk about budget work sessions. So there's a schedule in the packet that you got that tells you the time frame, and our town clerk has a good idea where we should go with these things. So we were discussing them earlier, and you had some ideas on the dates that you thought would work well.
So we have to do all the departments, obviously. So I think that, everybody has turned in their budgets by now, is that correct, Mr. Supervisor?
Everybody but the highway
Okay.
has, and everybody has till September 20th. So the highway, we won't, the highway superintendent said he won't have his budget to me until then.
Okay, so
September
after the
20th.
budget is presented to the board, then we can start meeting with the department
Yeah,
heads.
so after September 20th will be
Okay.
good.
So let's look at your
That's
calendars
Monday.
and let me know. I mean, I'm flexible on all of these, obviously, but what would look good as far as we have to do it in the back room, obviously. So we were doing Monday nights before, Mondays and Tuesday nights. Last year we did. And then we did them, I think, around 6 o'clock or so. We started at like 5:30, and then we did a few. I think highway was separate, and then parks was separate, because those are the biggest budgets. And then we just kind of put everybody else's together. And then the judges, we did over the phone.
Mhm.
How many nights are you anticipating us needing?
What did we do it last year? I think we did it 3 nights, right?
And then you said if we needed to have an extra, then we
Yeah.
would add an extra onto the end.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, it's what your schedules look
Yeah.
like as far as Monday nights and Tuesday nights. That's, I think, what we did last year.
All right.
And then tell me what departments you want to do first, and then I can send out an email to everybody with that schedule.
So like for instance, are we saying like October 25th would be the first time we would meet, or is that too late?
Well, the tentative budget will be available to the board October 4th.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so it's got to be any time after October 4th.
Right. So, and we have to,
Well, let's meet soon.
the notice,
Like the following week after.
we have to have the public hearing as well.
So will we have it on October 4th? Can we
Actually,
sit
October
down?
7th is our meeting, so, Tony, do we have to have a special meeting to present the budgets? Can we wait till the 7th to do it?
presented October 1st.
Yeah, it has to be on or before.
The budget.
What's
You
that?
don't have to be, it
You
doesn't
have to be
the
at a formal meeting to do it?
No. You do
Okay.
it October 1st. If the budget is ready, you do the folders.
Okay.
Give everybody a folder on October 1st.
Okay, so what we can do is everybody can meet here, like on October 1st, and we can,
Just to get the budget.
just to pick up your budget.
Yeah.
That's a Friday, yeah.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
good?
Mhm.
And then we'll have time to look at it, and then we'll set up when the public hearing's gonna be. We have to give 5 days' notice on that.
But when you say a public hearing, that's after we figure out the
Yes.
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
So-
Public hearing
yeah.
is kind of at the end.
So do you want to meet on the 12th, 13th, and 14th?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
What about that first week of, or do you need?
yeah,
more
why don't
time?
we, I mean, we got a couple of weeks, so we can have discussions on when we're gonna,
If we're gonna be meeting the week of the 12th and 13th, I need to meet at least 5:30.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
With me as well.
All right, well, let's take a look at it. Take the, you got the schedule here on when everything has to be done, so we'll just plug it in. So we could probably do it either that, we have our board meeting on the 7th, so yeah, I mean, right now, that the
Can we
12th,
just-
13th, and 14th looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, can we
Well,
just
let's-
sit down and hammer it out?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like that.
Like Roman said, 5:30
Yeah,
works
I'm
good
good
for
with
me.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be-
So 12th through the 14th, 5:30?
3 days, and that'll leave us time if we
Okay.
come back after we.
So you wanna wait that long to do that?
I mean, I'm also available,
What, 12th, 13th, and 14th?
Yeah, you don't wanna do it that, because, well, the budget's gonna go to the board and the public Friday the 1st. And then, so why don't
Yeah.
you guys plan on meeting that first week to hash it out? And
Yeah.
then do your meeting with, your budget work sessions with everybody else.
So you're saying 4 through,
Or 5th, 6th, and 7th?
yeah, I can do that.
Well, you
That's
don't want
fine.
to do the 7th.
7th is a town board.
so we would have to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
4th, 5th, and 6th is good.
That works.
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay.
5:30 again?
We're gonna have department
Fine.
heads in and on
Yeah,
some of those days.
That's what that's what
Okay,
that's for.
all right.
5:30 on those
So
days?
you wanna do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? You wanna
Yes.
do 3 days in a row?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
5:30.
All right, is that enough time for you
Get
to
it done.
review everything, like over that weekend, and then meet with all the department heads?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we'll schedule the days. We might not need all of those days.
okay.
Because
so-
most of the, when I was looking at the budgets that I was presented with, pretty much they're pretty clear. There's just, the Parks is waiting for some additional information.
Just
The trucks?
info on new pricing on 2022.
Yeah.
For
Right.
F-150s.
We have most of that in, but
And I talked.
you'll get that. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
should
talked
have
to
that by
him-
then.
I talked to him today, he still didn't have it, and he had been out of the office for the week. He was
Yeah.
hoping to be back tomorrow to see if it had been opened up.
So we could do Parks and Highway the last two, or
Yeah.
we can do all the departments
Yeah.
that week, the smaller departments.
But we got till-
Then the following week, you could do the big departments if you wanted to.
Well, I don't know if we need that much time.
Yeah.
We only took 3 days last
Should we
time.
set one day up the following week just to make sure,
Yeah.
like just to put the time in our calendars? And then
Tuesday.
if we don't use it.
Tuesday
we
the
don't use
12th?
it.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
All right. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 12th at
So
5:30.
we'll start at 5:30 and then, do you want to say what departments we're gonna do now, just so it'll be? and then-
I don't know. No.
You don't know
You-
yet?
No,
You guys-
we'll schedule.
You-
Yeah, you guys-
We'll have to see how it works out with everybody
All
else.
right,
It doesn't matter to me.
Because I want to put that schedule out
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
I'll get it next week.
Okay.
We'll plug them in
All
next
right,
week.
so we're doing 4th, 5th, and 6th,
Yeah.
5:30, and then the 12th?
5:30 as well,
5:30.
yeah. And then next week, I'll give you the, I'll give you the, who we're gonna bring in.
And then we're going to do the Thursday, November 18th will be the town board meeting. And we have to adopt the budget no later than November 20th, so we
Right.
can adopt it the 18th.
So we got
if
the
everyone's
18th,
agreeable.
yeah.
And then we can have have the public hearing on November 4th. Because that's a town board meeting as well, week evening as well.
Oh,
How does that
November
sound?
4th? Okay, public hearing. Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds good?
I like it.
Okay, and then I'll do a calendar and then.
Yeah, and then I'll give you what departments we want to do,
Okay.
depending on who's got what, and who's available on those days. Okay? Supervisors' comments. We'll move on to supervisors' comments. There's, if you look at the budget, there's a proposed cell tower going in on, that is proposed to be going in on Hicks Road, where Gloria meets Hicks Road in Field. And they're part of the, we met last week with the principals and went out and took a look at the site visit, and that's part of our code. Part of the code is also they do a balloon, they fly a balloon, so that anybody that's interested in seeing where that tower is going to be, you can take a look at where the balloon is. So if you go out to Hicks Road, where it meets Gloria, to the, it would be the east end of, there's a ridge line there, and about, it's right in the corner, right, about 100.
All the way in the back corner of the field.
All the way in the back
that's on
corner.
Would be
It would be the
northeast end of that field.
Oh, northeast end. Yeah, northeast end of the cornfield, and there'll be a balloon flying. So is that balloon, does that balloon fly the height of the tower?
It goes up 120 feet. The initial, well, the scheduled flight is Saturday, October 30th from 9 to 1. If it's too windy or too rainy to fly it that day, they will fly it November 1st, right, Tony? No, Monday.
Oh, they only have to fly it for one
No,
day?
they have to fly it
They have to
for
put the notice in there for 10
They have
days?
to put the notice in
Okay.
the paper for,
Yeah.
on the
14.
14 days before
Yeah.
the flight, and
So what day, it's going to be October 31st?
October 30th.
October 30th.
Saturday, October 30th, 9 to 1.
Yeah,
If it's too rainy or too windy, they're gonna do it on Monday, November 1st from 9 to 1.
okay. Monday, November 1st. So if you're interested in that cell tower, and that cell tower, if you go down River Road, if you're coming south on River Road and you meet Hicks and Patch at that 5-point intersection, and you go down River Road to 370, or you go down Hicks to 370 and go down 370 to John Glenn Boulevard, that triangle there. Anybody that's traveled that area and tried to use their cell phone, it's very poor reception. So this would, or, well, I don't see how it wouldn't increase the reception for cell phones in that area. That's one of the benefits of that being there, because there are a lot of dropped calls. But that's going to be moved on to the planning board and Onondaga County Planning for their review. And after that, we'll move on from there. But if you're interested, October 30th or November 1st, you can, from 9 to 1, you can take a look at that. That's all I have. Start with you, Mr. Diamond.
I'll stick to the agenda tonight.
Okay.
Actually, you know, I'll hit on what you're talking about, the cell tower. I'm excited about the cell tower. I live in that area. I was actually talking to Al last night about this, and Al hit a couple dead spots by his house, right? So when we were talking, he hit 2 dead spots and he dropped a call. So hopefully it's time that I won't drop any calls, because I travel that road a lot and I'm dropping calls left and right. So I'm excited for this. I think everyone should be that lives out in that area. Provides us more for cell service. It does a lot of communications as well too. So I'm excited about this.
Trustee.
Well, stick to the agenda.
Mr. Moore.
I would just say, as summer draws to a close, if Jim Struznik were out in the audience, I kind of miss him out there, but he would tell me I'm jumping the gun. I know that fall isn't here yet, but we won't meet again until fall is here. But I I hope everybody embraces the next season. Get your flannel out and rake your leaves and enjoy the smell of leaves and just enjoy Central New York. Other than that, thank you all for coming and thank you for watching.
Ms. Falcone, what do you have for us tonight?
Nothing else tonight, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Yeager?
Just, I want to make one mention of resolution H. Some of that work is actually related to erosion damage from Hurricane Fred. I got notice today that there's some FEMA money available that we're going to try to chase for, to get reimbursed for some of this work that's included in resolution H.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Merrill?
Pickleball tournament this past Saturday, huge success. Everybody there really liked the new resurfacing that was done on all the courts. We have planning, well, actually planning stages for the Halloween window painting is done. I've been reaching out to local businesses looking for those to participate. Information went out to the schools this afternoon, so it should reach the schools with approval sometime next week for window painting. It used to be grades 3 through 7. However, Shelley Hoffman with our own community who's been helping me, and we've heard comments from families and kids that have their kids who age out of it. So we didn't really see any reason why to limit it or to end it at 7th grade. So we've opened up window painting to pretty much everybody starting in 3rd grade. So if anybody here wanted to paint a window, you can.
What's the date again?
It's Saturday, October 23rd, 10 a.m. to 1, and the chamber is also going to have the trick-or-treating that day. So all the kids can go to all the businesses that participate as well and trick-or-treat.
And so if a child wants to participate, or a parent wants their child, what do they have to do? Call you, register, or what do they have to do?
So they can call or email me for an application. An application along with the flyer went to all the schools. So any of the parents that participate in Peach Jar, they would get both the flyer and the application. They just have to turn that application into me.
And you expanded the number of businesses that we're using, so we should be able to accommodate a lot more kids this year,
We're up
right?
to 20 businesses right now, and as needed, we'll go out and get more businesses.
And that application is on our website as well?
It's going to be.
It's going to be.
It's going to be. Yeah, I just got the flyer and the application out this afternoon, and we'll get the opportunity to put it on Peach Jar so it'll go out to the schools.
And then everyone will get it on Friday. Yeah. Everyone in the school. Hopefully you got more than 20 windows.
You want to paint a window, don't you?
I cleaned them last year. That was, I'd rather paint than clean.
Okay, well now you can paint.
Yeah.
I cleaned them last year too, that was not easy.
We have the fire department and Lions Club lined up for window cleaning.
Is Town Hall part of that this year? Are they gonna paint the windows in Town Hall?
Right now, we're not yet.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could get them all downtown. Last year, the reason they came here is there wasn't enough
Right, and that's what
businesses to go
we're
around.
doing
Yeah,
this year, is if.
especially with the trick-or-treating down there, no one's gonna wanna be
Right,
here.
no.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Although Mrs. Mott does put out a lot of candy. So, anything else?
Yesterday, I took a trip to Prattsville, New York. It's way out there, to see outdoor fitness equipment manufactured by Greenfields, which is is some of the equipment that you and I have been looking into. We discussed some of that this afternoon, and I've got some photos and video that I'll be sharing with you next week. Any of the members of the board that want to see it, certainly, anybody wants to see it, but it'll be sometime next week. So,
Okay,
that's it.
all right. Mr. Zigan? No? Move on to the regular agenda items. There's going to be, we added one in. It'll be item K, and that's regarding our retail supplier agreement. So item A, may I have a motion to ratify and adopt the office employees labor agreement with a term to expire December 31st, 2023. Copies of the contract will be available for review at all meeting and posted to the website after the meeting.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I need the most recent.
Yep, we have that for you.
Okay, because I can, if anybody wants to hang around, I can make copies.
I was gonna say, I'll take the draft off of it and we can put it on the website.
Yeah, I'll
It's
do
got
that
the draft
tonight.
watermark on it.
Oh, yeah.
so-
You can send it to me, I can take the draft watermark off it. And I'll put it on the website. And if anybody wanted hard copies, to let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've been working on that for about 6 months now, and I think we came to a fair and equitable contract for both the town and the employees. Now, when you look at the contract, some of the numbers might seem a little high. There's some percentages where the employees are getting a significant increase because part of the process for Mr. Kudaraskis and Mr. Zigno and I were to go through and take a look at what other municipalities were paying people in the same category. And what we found was that our employees were below median. And so one of the things that we wanted to do was to make sure that our employees were at least in the middle of the road, and I think we accomplished that. And some of the ways that we accomplished it was through the employees by going with the Teamsters are going into the Teamsters health insurance fund, which was a significant savings to the town. So that allowed us to give the raises to the employees, and a majority, I'd say 90% or more of the raises that the employees are getting actually came from the savings that we are realizing through the health benefits program that they're in. So it worked out for everybody. We got the employees a raise that they were deserving, and it really didn't cost the town taxpayers any more because of the cost, only a slight amount more because of the cost savings. And it was about, for a family plan, and it was about $6,000 per person for the family plan. I don't recall off the top of my head how many were on it, but it was significant. So, any other discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize the town of Lysander engineer, Mr. Alan Yeager, P.E., to assess the use and internet government solution, or access the use and internet government solutions equitable business opportunity system for New York State DOT funded projects.
I'll move it.
Seconded.
Want to explain what that is, Mr. Yeager?
Yeah, so we're about to award the Willow Parkway Culvert Repair Project. As part of that, we have to log MWBE goals and opportunities. The state's gone to an online system for doing that, and they need a resolution before they'll set up a time logging for you.
There's no cost for that. Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the budget modification request provided by the comptroller regarding parks and recreation projects?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? There was some, as was discussed earlier, we're trying to complete the sidewalk in front of the Sprite Park, and we wanted to make sure that got done this year. We had thought that the highway department was going to have time to do that, but they, for a lot of reasons, they got busy, and we're trying to complete those projects, and in order to get this done, we had to award it to somebody else. So we had money in some areas in the park that were savings, and we needed to move it to this project in order to get it done. Any other discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize the town supervisor to sign the agreement with Haskell Concrete Construction, Inc. for the installation of a concrete walkway in front of the Lysander Park with a cost not to exceed $2,000.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion that the town board, having followed the prescribed seeker procedures and determined that the project is a type 1 action requiring coordinated review, having received no comments to the contrary, hereby designates itself as lead agency for the proposed Tarpon Towers 2 LLC and Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems Verizon special use permit application for the construction of a 120-foot cellular communications tower located at 7780 Hicks Road, and hereby authorizes the town clerk to commence the required coordinated review process.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to refer the Tarpon Towers 2 LLC and Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems Verizon special use permit application for construction of a 120-foot cellular communications tower located at 7780 Hicks Road to the Lysander Planning Board and the Onondaga County Planning Board for review.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to continue participation in the CNY Stormwater Coalition for 2022 at the cost of $3,600, which is a yearly fee per member.
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize D.E. Tiroli to perform up to 9 days of work in a Radisson Drainage District under the Onondaga County Trench and Culvert Repair Contract in the amount of $5,700 per day to stabilize an erosion issue downstream of the Van Wee Drive East Stormwater Management Pond and install roadside and rear yard drainage improvements at the intersection of Oberon Drive and East Patrol Road.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? This is what Mr. Yeager was talking about earlier. There may be some FEMA money that we would be eligible for because this is this would meet some of the criteria that they're looking for. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to appoint Mary Ellis as part-time deputy clerk in the town clerk's office, appointed by town clerk Dina Falcone, at an hourly rate of $17.25 per hour, not to exceed 20 hours per week.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I'd like to say something if that's okay.
Yep.
So I hired Mary to fill a position that I had not reappointed somebody back in November because she retired and she was traveling and she couldn't do it. So I received Mary's resume, and I didn't previously know Mary because part of what I like to do when I'm hiring is I like to not have that relationship where I know the person. So Mary's resume impressed me because she has a lot of office experience, but at the same time, on her resume, she had worked with the elderly, taking care of elderly. And I thought this person has empathy, and to me, I think that we need to have a lot of that when we're dealing with our elderly residents. Like, a lot of them come to the window and they need something, or they call. So we help a lot of senior citizens. So I thought it would be a good fit for somebody like her, and I think she'll work really well with the public. So I think when you meet her, you'll all agree she's very nice, and she'll be a welcome addition. Her hours will probably be 14 hours a week because she's just going to work on Mondays and Tuesdays, and my other deputy works Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. So if they need to switch, they can coordinate that with each other. My whole goal is to have coverage for my office, as little cost as possible. So this is the way to do it. Any
Okay.
questions?
No? Not from me. Anybody else? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to hold a public hearing to adopt a local law to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law 3C on Thursday, October 7th, 2021, at 7 p.m. in the Lysander Town Hall. This resolution shall authorize the town clerk to advertise for same.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? So we do this because, not knowing, we haven't completed the budget yet, so this isn't just an insurance policy. If something came up, like the energy that we are going to talk about, there's significant increases in the cost of energy to us, but I don't see where we are going to need this, but we do it just in case, so that if we do need it, we're in compliance with the law. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Okay, motion K, this is the one we added, and so may I have a motion to authorize the town supervisor or deputy town supervisor to sign the 2-year retail electric supplier agreement with Mid-American Energy Services, LLC.
I'll move it. I'll second it.
Any discussion? So we purchase our energy through a co-op that's associated with the associations of towns at a significant savings to the town. I think you said, Mr. Yeager, that's 8 cents a kilowatt hour, and
It's about 50%.
oh, it's about 50. So it's about 50% lower than what National Grid currently charges, and so we want to get on this because those prices are increasing daily. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. There is no reason for an executive session, so may I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:43.